Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. I think I'm gonna kick off this war. I think it's time for war. It's war o'clock. So I believe John C. was... Nope, 6.2. Okay, was it Bhopal? 5.8. Okay, I'm gonna take a second to find the state I was gonna annex. All these are a lot more infamy than they were a minute ago. Here we go. Dharampur. We're going after Dharampur. So, again, Russia says they're going to step in. I don't think they're going to step in. We're going to find out. Yeah, here we go. Enemy side, we got a bunch of different countries. So, let's get started. Alright, so the big ones are Siam, Mysore, Satara. Well, first of all, get the lads together. I think in terms of Siam, I'm going to put the Bengal army on the main front, and then I don't think I need anyone on the secondary front. But just in case, I'll put the Madras Defense Force there. No, you know what? I'll keep the Madras Defense Force where they are. And I'll put the Khalsa Defense Force on the southern front. The Pakistan Defense Force. Khalsa Army will go over here on the main front with Sindh. We got a lot of small fronts over here, so I'm going to use the Bombay Defense Force here. No, I'm going to use the Bombay Defense Force up here. I'm going to use the Madras Army here. I'm going to use the Madras Defense Force here. And the Bengal Defense Force I'll put around here. And we'll see where that leaves us once this thing kicks off. But first, time to add some war goals. I don't have annex war goals, but I've got a lot of conquer war goals. So, let's grab... let me see, Kutch is here. We'll add... Sindh. Wait, is Sindh against me? Sindh is against me. What state is this? It's Sindh. Am I dumb? Am I doing a big dumb right now? No, here we go. Yes. We'll grab Sindh. We'll grab Mysore. We'll grab... Let me see. This is Satara. Ah. I'm out of maneuvers. Well, that sure happened quickly. I thought I was going to get more maneuvers than that. The only other one I can get is Siamese Malaya. So I'll grab that. That puts me at 23 infamy. Well, this is going to be interesting. It'll be more interesting if Russia decides to fight, but I don't think they're gonna, so I'm not worried about it. Yep, forces are looking pretty rock solid. Pretty rock solid. Is the Bombay army not going to place? We'll put them here. A little all over the place with these various fronts, but I think it'll be fine. Gosh, I thought I was going to get more maneuvers than that. I thought I was going to be able to grab them all in one go. Well, this is a little silly, but it'll have to be what it is. Great Britain's going after an anarchist revolt in Ceylon once again. You enjoy that, Ceylon. You have as much fun with that as you like. Alright, seems like the Russians are not coming in, so this should be just fun. Jaisalmer, you cannot have more autonomy. Maybe you should have tried to fight me for it. So this is interesting. I thought I was going to be able to get more than that, but it is what it is. No problems here. China is going after a Gwanbuk uprising over here in northeastern Korea. I'm not going to get involved in that, but it is an interesting notion. Here's an Uluruan uprising going after Australia. That's pretty cool. Obviously, I'm not going to get involved. And a Brunei uprising against the Dutch East Indies. And there's oil in East Anglia. That's exciting. I hope East Anglia finds happiness. Bornean mass immigration. Large numbers of Bornean people migrating from Bangladesh. 2 arms. Ah, and that's the War in the Mud event. The entrenched front. Heavy use of trenches in East India, Gujarat, by now Fulkyan, has turned the land into a blasted hellscape. The stalemate cannot last forever, but it's not clear what the best way forward is. Have you been there, in the trenches? It's less lonely than you'd think. You have friends everywhere. The rats will be with you every day and night. And even when your mates die, they'll stay right there with you, just below in the mud. We must entrench further, 10% devastation, extra mortality, and reduce agriculture, ranches, and plantations throughput. And he gets the trench rat trait. Or we can't let our defenses stagnate. Smaller penalties, and then 6k progress towards defense in depth. You know I'm going for that defense in depth progress. So hit that button, and we'll get this war going. Obviously, the fronts in the western part of the country are not great, but we're winning battles such as we can. All right, there we go. So this front has moved, has merged, and now all these armies are coming over here. All right, so that's kind of how that goes. We're winning our attacks against Sindh here, so that's fine. Could be doing better against Mysore, but that's all right. A good vintage. The wine produced in Bombay has been lauded by sommeliers as outstanding. When people say that something ages like wine, they don't always make the distinction between wine and wine. So let me make that distinction. If you can get your hands on a bottle from Bombay, that bottle can be more than just a good time. It can be an investment. We can make this product an exclusive one for export, for extra prestige, or increase production to meet booming demands for extra wine building throughput. I'm just going to go for the prestige. I never find the wine throughput is all that useful. Alright, fronts are looking rock solid. Again, this one will be doing better once we've got more armies over there. This one we're actually losing on as well. Alright, alright. Interesting. They're putting up a fight. They're putting up a fight. Okay, this is interesting. I see. Alright, so that closes out Cyan. I'm just going to go ahead and check all of these war goals here. That'll be just fine with me. I'm definitely going to get the one with Siam. That's for sure. I've got the country more or less completely occupied. I'm going to update you to this fight. I'm going to update you to this fight. Pakistan Defense Force can come over here to support this front. Siam's been fully occupied. Sindh has been fully occupied. Excellent. Idar has failed out of the war. Let me see. Good, so I still need to grab Mysore, so I think I'll put the Bengal army there, and for sure that's where they're going. So, Chiang Mai is damaging relations, that's fine. Not a problem whatsoever. Junakad has been capitulated. The capture of Sindh. Prior to our acquisition of Sindh, the region was split between the various branches of the Talpur dynasty. Proposals have been put forth to establish a princely state in Sindh under compliant Talpur rulers. Bekkavi, the telegram said. The adjutant looked at his principal and raised an eyebrow. The message follows. Bekkavi. A code phrase? The officer pulled his eyes upward, away from the report he was reading. I've sinned, he said. He has sinned? Yes, he has sinned. I see. All of the Northern Talpur dynasty to remain in place, a new country is created. Establish all Sindh as a 19-gun salute state. A new country is created. Or fold all of Sindh into the Bombay presidency. Well, I don't care if the liberty desire of every princely state goes up, because that's what I'm here for. We'll eat them. We'll eat Sindh. Sindh will be ours. Alright, so we just need Kutch, Mysore, and Dharampur. And that will be the end of it. Yeah, they're damaging relations. I bet they are. Much larger battle, which we are winning now. We're getting close to the conquest of all Satara, by which I mean the force comparison is looking a lot better there. Hyderabad is damaging relations. That's fine. We've got a hold of Kutch now. Firebreak. Whether through the trust of our people or the truncheons of our soldiers, the Dominion of India has emerged unbroken from the wave of socialist agitation that threatened it. They still saw the pamphlets sometimes. Decayed paper corpses tracked in the gutters, caked in soot and mud, bold red and black ink abraded by rough stones and rougher footsteps. The police had not bothered to pick them up, viewing them as an affront to their gloves, or, perhaps, realizing that their fallen remains made more of a statement than their complete disappearance. A triumph for all the Dominion of India, extra legitimacy, extra loyalists from movements. 2% of upper and middle stratum pops become more loyal and weaker political strength of laborers, or things will never be the same. Extra loyalists from movements, stronger fascist and reactionary movements, reduce political strength of laborers. 5% of upper stratum pops become more loyal. Upper and middle, instead of 2%. I'm going to go with the legitimacy and more loyalists from movements. I don't want stronger fascist or reactionary movements. We got Dharampur, that's very good. I'm going to commence incorporation of Sindh. That's going to lose me some government admins, but that's okay. I'm actually going to interrupt my my motor industries expansion is nearly completed. I'm going to interrupt that to increase government size in Agra, because, oh my goodness, I definitely need more railways here. Oh my goodness, I need railways at the wazoo here. And we'll bring this up to 30 levels of government. I'm going to throw... And we've stolen Gujarat. I'm going to throw these at the top of the queue. And Gujarat, we were already in the process. We already had incorporated. All right, beautiful. We'll go ahead and reset production methods. And incorporation has commenced in all of these states. Malaya was already in the process of being incorporated. So that's wonderful. All right, I can unpause that now. Oil in Saskatchewan, excellent. We've almost got a hold of all of Mysore. Satara, I thought we grabbed Satara, but apparently not. And we conquered Mysore. Excellent. So Mysore, and Mysore was already incorporated. Wonderful. Weak market access, will fix that by... Or now we're subsidizing the railways, so maybe that's going to deal with the market access problem. Let's increase the speed here. Not nearly enough. We'll just need to build more railways. I'm gonna throw them all at the end of the railways in Bombay. Alright, so this wasn't the most dignified way to do this, but it is what it is. I'm going to need some of those government admins pretty soon. Okay, so that was pretty good. Didn't get too much infamy out of that. The initial one is definitely the most infamy to be worried about. Wasn't thinking about that part. Feeling pretty good. Doing just fine with authority right now. I think I'll throw a couple of those government admins in Agra on the top, just because they build really fast. Satara is damaging relations. Well, that is what it is. That's exciting. So, government admins getting built. Railways in Agra getting built. Happy about that. Princely state opposes overlord, as well they should. We are a country to be feared. We will integrate you, and we will give your people rights, and you will not have anything to say about it. All right. So, and we've united Malaya, or at least the part that's not held by the British. Build a railway in Singapore, you cads. In Britain. You can't demand a state. Oh, because we're in a diplomatic play together. Well, that's fine. I love plays. So where next? I definitely want to annex Jammu and Kashmir, but that's going to take a lot. Okay, so I think I'm going to change priorities here, and maybe I'll start targeting the larger states for annexation when I can get them, because the primary limiter on the speed at which I can do this is actually turns out to be the maneuvers and not the other stuff. Wow, GDP is going way, way up. Population's going up as well. Ooh, I'm feeling very pleased. Bastar is requesting autonomy. No. You cannot have greater autonomy, Bastar. If I annex Hyderabad, it's going to be a bunch of infamy. I'm going to wait. I'm going to continue to wait. I got to build up my administrative capacity. I got a lot of stuff to do. Incorporating new states is going to take a long time, and it's going to take a lot of administrative capacity. So I think I'm just being sensible at this time. I built up all that stuff in Agra, so let's throw these government admins at the top of the queue now. And that is just going to get done really fast, and that's going to provide us with a pile more administrative capacity and some modest increases in taxation capacity. So, do I have any more? I suppose I could increase the size of the health system. That would be good. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Reduced mortality, even by a little bit, is still pretty useful overall. Great Britain. What are you fighting China about? Not this one, is it? Certainly not. This one. Canada. Interesting. So China is supporting Canada with an increased autonomy, increased Australian autonomy. Play. I don't have the ability to get involved in this because I'm not showing an interest in the geographic location where it's located. Alright, well that's fine. Right. Because it's not in my list of diplomatic plays over here. Alright, well that's fine. And Great Britain's got an Omani liberal revolt to deal with. Which, you know, more power to you, I suppose. If you enforce my military access over here, it's going to be a problem. Hello. Nawangari Radical Revolt. Alright, well I probably don't need to deal with this. I've got a 9th East India Army. I'm going to get rid of these skirmish infantry and throw these other units into the Bombay Army. And that should be just fine. Let me see. Ryots are pretty mad at this stage. I wonder what they're mad about. I got another army over here, which I'm once again going to disband. Those will go to the Madras Army. That's fine. And these fleets can be disbanded and go into the Indian Ocean. Prussia wants to commit itself to our independence. No, thank you. I'm perfectly happy throwing my lot in with the British. The Raja of Nawanagar has made his intentions known, declaring that Nawanagar is seeking independence for the Dominion of India. Well, they're all very rebellious, aren't they? I'm going to continue to improve relations with Siam and Burma. Oh, I've still been improving them with Burma. That's fine. Did I fight Dainan? I didn't. Our relations are good. Wonderful. Well, I don't know why those trade routes are inactive, but it's not any of my business, is it? Oh, I guess I'll send the Bombay Defense Force to man the other front. If you insist. If you insist, I will protect your territorial integrity. You know, it's going to be my territorial integrity in a minute. In not too long. Mining accident. Interesting, interesting. Ooh, let me increase my healthcare institution. 2K per level, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Let me see. Everyone's feeling good. Riots are pretty unhappy. Curious. Quite curious. I bet they got a lot of radicals. That just makes sense. The mine in Kedah has collapsed, trapping miners in the dark shafts below. The scale of the accident has made the tragedy a story across Kedah and the nation. They dug me out, but left my friend behind. That was all the foreman was able to get out of the wretched boy. Sooty rags clung to him like wispy strands of a torn funeral jacket. Whether he held back tears for fear of a beating or to keep strong, the foreman did not know. He was spent for the day. The foreman hoped the manager had a mind for mercy. We've seen this event before. I'm going to say this outrageous abuse of the common man cannot continue. The upper and pops in Kedah are pretty small, but stronger trade unions is good for my overall agenda. An exile at the gates. The relatively lenient East Indian immigration system has long been attractive to those fleeing their home nations. Recently, Francisco Morales has petitioned to join the stream of people moving to the Dominion of India. It was one name on a very, very long list, one that had passed through numerous layers of bureaucracy before being noticed. One fateful day, however, one clerk at the end of his shift pointed at the name and spoke those fatal words. I swear I've heard of him before. Eventually, Francisco Morales, too, will be East Indian, or we will not have someone like this regardless of precedent. Second one is going to make the government of India mad, and I need them happy. Let me see. Francisco Morales, you are a pacifist associated with the rural folk. Absolutely. Aesthete and social bandit. Okay, I have to know what that means. Social bandit. This character is widely known amongst the common people for their legendary escapades, stealing from the rich to give to the poor, extra political movement activism, as ruler extra authority, reduced prestige, significantly reduced infamy decay, extra popularity, as interest group leader, increased approval if in government, decreased approval if in opposition, as commander, extra morale damage. Very interesting. You're not part of the All-Indian Nationalist movement, are you? No, you're part of the peasant movement. Alright, that's fine. You may continue to agitate for land reform as long as you like. Great Britain's losing to China. That's pretty funny. Problematic policing. Problematic. Police officers in uniform have been discovered supporting the British Loyal Order activity while on duty, lowering public confidence in the police force. A resident of Assam comments on members of the police force patrol that walk by in pristine uniforms, with a hint of arrogance in their gait. Disdain drops from the onlooker's voice. These officers certainly think highly of themselves. They carry out errands for the British Loyal Order and accept their gifts. They ignore their duty to the people of Assam. As long as everyone is discreet, there's no harm. 5% of pops in Assam become more radical. Improve relations with Great Britain, or we need to restore the public's confidence. Reduce appeasement, but 5% of pops become more loyal. I'm going to go with the second one. So, here's where I am with loyalists and radicals right now. That's a pretty solid boost. That's like 200,000 converted all told. 100,000 away from radicalism, 100,000 into loyalism. That's pretty rock solid. Still reputable. That's pretty good. I think maybe I'll kick off another war as soon as this one's done. We're actually closing in on the end of the episode. Not close, but we're getting there. I think maybe I'll get it started. Or maybe we'll just do a long episode. I don't know. Let's start ourselves a nice small war over here. Just get that knocked right out and easily sorted. Not have to have ourselves a problem later on. Alright, beautiful. So next, let me see. Who is an easy annex? Ah, but some of these places I've now got truces with. So I need to be strategic. Okay, Jaisalmer is a good target. Okay. What about Makran? 6.6. It's not great. Alright, we'll grab Jaisalmer. Once again, we're going to get a bunch more states running up against us, but that's okay. Russia is not going to get involved this time, and that's just fine with me. Alright, so where else can we grab? Let me see. I can get Makran. Makran's going to stay. Ooh, I want to get Jodhpur. Yeah, I can get Jodhpur. I can get Malwalpur, Alwar. Alwar's a good target. Nawanganar. Let's grab all these countries. Where's Kolhapur? Kolhapur's down there. Yeah, I would love to get Kolhapur, actually. And then I've got 40 maneuvers left. So I think I'll just grab one of these 25s. Let's go ahead and get Makran. And that'll get me full access to that coast over there, and I can just steal this little bit. Oh, no, I can't, because that's part of Oman. Well, I'll see if Great Britain will give me that territory. Unless I want to get Nawanganar. I want to get Nawanganar, actually. Nawanagar. Oh, that was bad pronunciation on my part. Ban slavery, war reparations. I could get war reparations. I'm not going to do that, though. Alright, so let's mobilize the armies. First, Khalsa army, you grab Makran. This is all one front, so we need a substantial army there. We'll grab the Bengal army to deal with that. Pakistan Defense Force, grab the Alwar front. Remobilize the Bombay Defense Force, put them here. Bombay Army proper, you can go here. The Madras Army, you can cover this territory. The Madras Defense Force, you can cover this tiny frontier. And then finally, we got one more front over here, covered by the Bengal Defense Force. I think that's everything. If it's not everything, tell me in the comments, but do it quick before the war gets kicked off and I get positively devoured by Jodhpur. Because I wouldn't want to be devoured by Jodhpur. So yeah, so this dynamic is really interesting. I thought I was going to sort of sweep them all, but it turns out maneuvers is a real issue. I should be able to get more maneuvers in the society tree. That's not where society is. In the society tech tree, I can get more maneuvers with multilateral alliance. No, I can't. Psychoanalysis? Yeah, psychoanalysis is the next one. God, that one's really bad. Or it's not bad, it's just not useful. Man, yeah, a state opposes their overlord, huh? Imagine that. No one could have foreseen this. Alright, all my fronts look well defended. Feeling pretty pleased about that. And we'll see how things go as I continue to grab princely states for my own. This is good getting this one because oh god, I put Kolhapur in there, didn't I? Yes. Because that seals off Satara and Hyderabad and all of these central states. I can just annex them at my leisure. Because now they don't have access to the sea, and that means no one overseas can cause a problem for me. Be interesting if I could grab Bampur and Khorasan from Russia, but I don't think that's in the cards for now. Should also potentially be able to increase... No, I can't increase my institutions level yet. How's the market doing? Engines are still quite expensive, but we're producing a ton more. Steel's expensive, and munitions are expensive. I've certainly got a lot of munitions plants in India right now. How's urbanization in the central provinces? Pollution impact's pretty high, which means urbanization is pretty high as well. I could put munitions plants here. There we go. Nice. To go with the artillery foundries in Masala Chai. Alright, so there's Jaisalmer. I think I'll probably just finish out this war. I bet I can get it done before the end of the year. Listen to this needlessly optimistic prediction, but I think I can do it. I think I'll be able to do it. You know what? It's fine. I got this. I got this. All my naysayers are fools. India will go everywhere it needs to, all at once, and victory will be ours all the time. All right, very nice. Army's moving. That means fronts have been closed out. Feeling pretty jazzed about that. Getting all the territories we need to get. Getting the princely states occupied and drawn into the country. Very nice. Getting a lot of occupation over here. Getting a lot of occupation over here. Feeling pretty happy. Alright, we got one more front. Only got one more front. Oh, we got an undefended front over here, though. That could be potentially an issue. Okay, alright, so it's the new year. Gosh, what the heck technology did I just discover? Something in production. Oh, improved fertilizers. Oh, that's actually really, really good. Because that means we can make better fertilizers with our fertilizer plants, and that we can use better fertilizers with our farms. And you know I'm going to do that because India needs a lot of food to feed its people. All right. Well, I didn't finish the war by the end of the year, but I got it done before the end of January, or at least I will. There we go. Nice. All right, feeling pretty pleased with this outcome. Rajputana is already incorporated, as is Gujarat. And Bombay is as well. So now I just need to do some production method resetting. Yep, I'm still incorporating Baluchistan, Sindh. I forget what state this is. Hold on. Bundelkhand, that's right. Alright, let's reset some production methods. Here and here. And here. Whew. We annexed a few more princely states. We're becoming a more and more thoroughly integrated India, governmentally speaking. A larger population and a higher standard of living. But that is all we got for today, my nerds. I've had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I will see you on the other side.